So how much do you know about palm oil?
Okay, how much do I know about palm oil? I don't know the ins and outs of it, but I do know that it's causing massive deforestation in the world's rainforests. And I found out today from your leaflet that that's having a massive effect on orangutans that live in the rainforest. And I think, yeah, it's in so many products that we don't see it. We're not aware of half of the stuff that goes in the products that we eat, that we use on our skin and face, and we're just so far away from the production of what comes into our lives that we don't have a clue, and that's really not a good place to be in, because the human race seem to feel completely invincible against all of the living creatures on the planet, and we're totally not. We're totally dependent on the rainforest to provide us with all sorts, and the animals living there are part of that rainforest and making sure that it keeps alive and keeps healthy, and in turn keeps us alive and keep healthy. And if we don't start recognising that now, I don't really see how the human race is going to survive.
Yeah. Do you think that people are aware of the effect that chopping the rainforest down has on the orangutans themselves inside the rainforest when they're harvesting for palm oil?
I think that's a really interesting question, because I think the people who are actually chopping the rainforest down, I imagine they're in an interesting situation, because I imagine that it's quite likely that they're struggling for money. They're working for a big company who don't pay well, and they're in a situation where they need employment to put food on the table for their family. So they do their job, they get money, and they will probably be aware that they are wrecking the rainforest, but they need money, and that's the most immediate thing that they need to feed their family. That's a guess, but I imagine that there will certainly be some of that. So I think people will be aware. The people that are there actually chopping the forest down will be aware on some level, but you just get used to it, don't you, and distance yourself from what you're actually causing. Humans are good at doing that all the time, I think. And then there will be people that just don't have a clue, I suppose. I don't know.
Which is what today is about.
Yeah.
Some people do have a
Yeah.
clue. I'll just pause it, and then I'll go. And the last question I have is that in a lot of food products, when palm oil's used, most companies put on the label that it's vegetable oil. Do you think that is right? Do you think that should be done, or do you think that it should say palm oil on it so people know?
I think that if there's palm oil in something, people should know about it, definitely, and it shouldn't be hidden by saying it's vegetable oil or putting it in chemical wording that no one understands.
Because a lot of time that's what it is, and you get where people just don't know
Yeah.
what it is because they're not told.
Yeah.
And that's where you get all these legislations on food packaging where it says, you have to say what vitamins are in it, how many carbs, kind of thing. And then there's companies blatantly
hiding the fact that they're using unsustainable palm oil. Yeah, no, I think it's really important for people to get more of a sense of what's in their food, not just for their own nutritional value, but for the well-being of where it's come from, who's made it, the sources that it's come through, how far it's been transported. I think that's really, really important in making the world more environmentally friendly and therefore more human friendly. Yeah. And I'm Shelley from the Students' Union, Ethics Environment Welfare Officer.
Environment Welfare Officer.